Assalamu alaikum. This is Miraj Hussain, your ICT teacher. Hope you all are fine. Today I am going to discuss about the rest of the topic of chapter 2 for class 9 English version. So without wasting any time, let's go to. So our first topic is what is computer virus, and we have to know about it. So already we are familiar with human virus. Now we are going to learn something new about the virus related to the ICT devices. So actually, it's nothing but a program. It's actually developed by software developers. Okay. So before knowing anything about virus, let's learn what is the full form of virus. So you can see here the virus, full form of virus is vital informations and resources under siege. Okay, which indicates taking control of important informations or damaging something. And it was named by Professor Fred Cohen, renowned researcher of University of New Haven. Okay, so actually it's a kind of software or program that attacks data and uh, make a lot of damage. So actually, how we can learn or how you can know that your ICT devices or your computer has been affected by a computer virus. So there are some symptoms, and we are going to learn about the symptoms. Okay, so opening a file or program takes longer than usual times. Okay, when your computer virus or your computer device is attacked by computer virus, so you will feel a lot of slow issue. Okay, so your computer will becomes very slower than usual. Okay, so the memory has a little space leading to a slow performance of the computer. Okay, and your computer performance will be very bad, and you'll feel a lot of slow issue of your computer, and you can see a different unexpected messages. Okay, while running your computer or while running your different kinds of application program. Okay, so and the installations and the uninstallations will take a longer time than as usual. Okay, if you are installing a new software, and it will take a lot of time than as usual. Okay, so the machine shutdowns during booting or working time. Okay, suppose you are working and suddenly your computer just stopped, then you have to know that maybe your computer is malfunctioning or it is attacked by a computer virus. The name of the folders are replaced with a cryptic names. Okay, suppose you can see that different kinds of unknown name or unknown folder in your computer drives, then you have to know that your computer has been affected by a virus. Okay, so maybe it can be it can automatically erase some of your data from your drive, and if it happens, definitely you have to understand that you are attacked by computer virus. So that is all about the symptoms. Okay, so let's go to the next topic, and our next topic is how actually you can get some of free computer virus. Okay, so actually in my point of view, actually nothing should be free or nothing, and which things actually working free, they are actually lack of some special or some of the smart features. Okay, though if you're just running out of your money, then you can easily download some of the free antivirus program from different sites. So here are some sites where you can download this free antivirus program, and these are the AVG antivirus and Avire antivirus and the Avast antivirus program. So actually these antivirus programs are provided free, but they are missing some special kind of features. Okay, so for getting those kinds of smart features, definitely you have to buy your antivirus program with your money. Okay, so how we can actually prevent our computer from virus attack. Okay, So when you are just cleaning your pen drive or CDs, definitely should be cleaned very well, clean very well with a antivirus program before using it in your computer. Okay. The second topic is the computer used in the other computer should be virus free before using in your own computer. Okay. Suppose you are just taking a software programs or any kind of file from one of your friends or your closest one through any pen drive. Definitely, you have to just clean your software or your pen drive before using it on your computer. Any file copied from others' computer need to be cleaned by antivirus software that I have already mentioned about it. And do not install any software used in other computer devices. Suppose you are just you just want to use a computer virus through a pen drive which has already been used in others computer. So please don't use it on your own computer because maybe there are some files actually they can just keep on that program. Okay, so if you are using that softwares on your computer, maybe your computer will be attacked by the computer virus. So always keep updated your antivirus that I have already told you that your computer, your all the softwares need to be updated, and it should be updated time to time. Okay, so if you are, as I've already mentioned, that if you are if you are just ignoring the updates, that means you are just ignoring the features. So you should be care about that. You should always care about that you are just updating your softwares and also the application programs and OS time to time. And data and files of every day should be saved in a different disk and pen drive as a backup. So there are actually there are a lot of computer viruses that are just they are just coming day by day, in a new form and a new way, and they are just newly developed like ransomware virus. Actually, there are a lot of there are a few just protection of ransomware. Okay. Okay, so there are some few ways by which you can actually protect yourself or protect your computer or ICT devices from ransomware viruses. So the only way to prevent your computer or ICT devices from ransomware is to back up your data or files in any other places, or like any drive or any hard disk or pen drive. Okay, so it's very important. It's an important feature or an important step of being your file of just preventing your files from corruption or being corrupted. So be careful about exchanging emails. Suppose you are just received a mail and you've just opened a link from that mail. Be careful about that. Maybe you are just opening a mail. Actually, you're not opening a mail. You are just opening a new program or new kind of virus on your program. Okay, so be careful about any opening any kind of link from any mail or any message. Okay, and be careful about just using your game files. Suppose you have just got interesting game link and you have just open on that link on your computer, and maybe you are just opening a new program of virus. Okay, so be careful about that. And next we are going to the next topic, and that is a password. Okay, so why do you lock the door when all the family members go on an outing? Okay, so actually we do it for the security of our house. Actually, the computer password actually made for the security of the data and the informations. Okay, so the password can be made with a combination of number or digit or different kinds of special character. Okay, so I have just given you some example, and you can see here there are some examples of different kinds of password here. Okay, so here you can see that the uppercase and lowercase letter, and you can see also the numbers and also the special character. So if you just making your password with the combinations of different kinds of small letter, capital letter, and the special character, okay, so it will be really tough to guess for any other about your password. So be careful about of your password. So an internet user surfs the websites for many reasons. The process of maintaining the security of the web is discussed below. So here you can see some topics how you can actually maintain the security of yourself in different websites. Okay, so for the general websites, you can see that the many users take the general and the cost-free services of Yahoo, Hotmail, and Gmail. The possibility of hacking in every site cannot be ignored. If your account is hacked, many of your necessary mail will be lost. Again, the act of cheating or what like can be operated using the accounts, but liability will be on the account holder. Suppose your account has been hacked or your mail account has been hacked, and suppose the hacker is sending a lot of misinformations or some very dangerous things to others through your mail after hacking your mail. So maybe yes, you have to be liable for those things because the account information is still yours, and those who are being victim of those things, they will definitely think about yourself, not about the hackers. So some precautions should be made, and the number one is you have to make a strong password, and the password should be changed in a regular basis. Suppose you have just make a password when you have just opened your account, and you have just you are just thinking that okay, we should not change the password actually. So it is not the actually you should change the password regularly. Okay, and you should always switch on the two-step verifications. It's very important, and while you are just turning on your two-step verification, you will always get a notifications or messages on your smartphone when anybody tries to enter on your any specific account. So it's very important to have the two-step verifications in all your account. So what is the internet addiction disorder? Okay, so internet disorder, actually addictions has negative connotations, and it is usually used in the reference to drug. Okay, so it's something like the drug addictions, and it destroys the life because it's stuck to come out of the wave of the drugs. Okay, so perhaps you have confused thinking that how an alarming and negative word addiction associated with the ICT and mentioned in a ICT textbooks. Some of you have computers and may have crossed the limit while playing the computer games. Okay, so definitely you have just got my point that while you're playing your computer game or you're just browsing your social sites and you're crossing all the limits, definitely it is similar as the drug addictions. Okay, so you have to be very careful about that. So as you have seen that nowadays, the childrens and also the new generations are actually really just addicted to different social networking sites. So we should be careful about that things also. So what is the way out of these addictions? Okay, so there are different way that are actually discussed in every time in your classes and also by me, that you should spend your time in a very creative way. Okay, so you should spend some time with your friend. You should spend a quality time with your family members, and you should always make a tour on different kind of vacations. Otherwise you are just wasting your whole time on just browsing internet or just on social sites or just playing video games. Okay, so when you are just getting your vacations after doing your study or what, spend the time on different or making different tours or spend that time with your family members, and it should be a very quality time. Okay, now let's discuss about the piracy. So what is the piracy actually? So let's discuss about it. The objective of the copyright law is to provide the writers and artists or the others exclusive right to their creative work. Suppose I have just write a new book, and some of my students have liked some of my lines of that book, and they have just copied that line, and they have just printed those lines in a new book. So definitely it would be very disrespectful for me, because I have just created those lines, and that was definitely a creative work, but they have just copied my stories or my lines from my book without my permission. So definitely they are just violating the copyright law, or that they just violating the privacy piracy. So it is not required to be an expert of doing the job. Therefore, additional measure is taken to protect the copyright of the computer software. So, okay. So, and when the legal right is violated, he is deprived of his copyright. It is usually called the piracy or the software piracy. Okay. So when a software is built, actually all the code are hidden, but sometimes some codes are open, and some of the unethical, actually the software developers tries to copy those software those codes and develop a new kind of software with those codes. So then actually they actually violated the piracy. And what is the right and the right to information and the security? So the law of the right to information is enacted and implemented in different countries of the world to ensure the free flow of information and people's right to have the information. So actually we have the right to have the information. Okay, so that is the freedom of thought and the conscience and speech right to obtain the information has been assisted as the fundamental right of the citizens of the constitutions of the People's Republic of Bangladesh, and all the powers in the republic belongs to the power as law called Right to Information Act 2009 has been enacted to ensure the right of the having information. Actually, we have the legal right to have all kind of informations from any of our just law information agency. Okay, so so if people right to information is ensured through this act, the transparency and the accountability of the government, autonomous and security and NGOs founded by the governments and the foreign organizations will be increased, and the corruptions will be reduced. So it's very important to have the right of the informations for our development. So let's go to the next topic, and that is a very important topic. Suppose you are just riding a motorcycle or riding a bicycle, and suddenly your just bicycle or motorcycle has just stopped, and you don't know about the basics mechanism of the cycles or motorcycles. You have to just wait for the mechanics, or you have to just carry your motorcycle or bicycles just by your foot. Okay, so definitely when you are just working in different kinds of ICT devices or mobile devices, definitely you should be careful how you can just maintain it, or how you can just solve different kinds of issues. Okay, so the experience is very unusual that electronic devices have not gone out of the water or created troubles during using. Some problems are very usual and some are unusual and complicated. So usual problems can be fixed by the users. Otherwise, you have to just go to the experts, or you have to just go to a different mechanics and you have to just waste a lot of money and time. Okay, so some the manual contains the sections of 2 or 3 pages entitled troubleshooting, and we're going to discuss those topics. The number 1 was, suppose your computer is not starting up, so what you will do? So you have to just check the main cable whether it is loose or not, and whether you're just you have to check whether your power is on the power board and take the device to the local service center. If you're not just if these things are not working, then you have to just take your computer to the local service center. And nothing is viewed on the second problem is you can't see anything on the computer's monitor, but you can feel that the system is running. So what you have to do, you have to just turn off the systems and unplug the power cable from the systems, and you have to just remove the RAM. Basically, this problem occurs for the problem of the RAM, and you have to clean the connectors of the RAM with an eraser, and then you have to just insert it on your computer and install it on your computer, and you will see that your computer is running again. So what is the third problem? Yeah, the third problem is the system is becoming very heated. Actually becomes very heated and abruptly shut down. Okay, so for that you have to just open the casing and you remove the CPU and the processor fan from the motherboard, but don't remove the processor. Okay, suppose you want to just remove the fan, but accidentally you have just opened the processor. Okay, so it will be very difficult to adjust the processor pins with the motherboard. Okay, so just you have to the fourth step is actually you have to just clean the heat sinks and the fan and install it again. And if all these things works, actually your system will again running in a normal way. So number 4 problem is the computer shutdowns and it's on and every few minutes, and but it's not heated. So computer is automatically just switching off. Then you have to just check the motherboard carefully whether it is any leakage or any faulty capacitor. If you find it, then you have to just replace it with a new one. And again, you can you will see that your computer is running well. The device hangs. The problem number 5, and that is the device hangs while running the Windows. So you have to check whether your computer is attacked by virus or not. Okay, so taking the backup of important disks in your C drive and installing new Windows. Okay, so if it's not running well, so try to install a new Windows, and I will definitely show you how you can install a new Windows in your computer. So number 6, display hangs. Okay, so when the power button is turned on, the first step is you have to just turn off the power button and opening the casing, and then you have to just reconnect all the connectors, actually the jumper wires, and check the RAM, processor, and all these things properly. And again you have to connect all these things. Then definitely your computer will run. The number 7, the computer repeatedly acts frozen and reboot automatically. So if the cooling fan is not working well and CPU does not have the cooling access, so this types of problem may occur. Definitely you have to just replace the cooling fan, and if it does not work, then definitely your computer is attacked by computer virus. Then try to install antivirus programs and check your all data with that program, and maybe after finishing all the tasks, your computer will again become starting. So the number 8 is the getting electric short. So it's a very common problem. Okay, so when you are just touching your CPU or you're just touching your desktop or any metal part of the computer, you may feel a small amount of electric shock. So if your computer is not earthed, okay, so maybe you will just get that kind of electric shock. So for that case, you just call a electrician and get the computer properly earthed. Okay, so the date of the computer is not rightly viewed. So okay, so this is a very common problem. It's a very common problem. Okay, when your CMOS battery actually keeps that battery actually remain in the motherboard, then the date actually changes automatically. So to solve that issue, you have to just replace that CMOS battery and set the time and the date again. And after that, after changing your CMOS battery, everything will be okay, and your date and the time will not change again. So number 11, that is the showing mess out of memory. Okay, if you install access programs or unnecessary softwares in your computer, definitely you will see these kinds of messes. Or to prevent these kinds of messes, you may install a new RAM on your computer. The keyboard is not working. Suppose if you are just feeling that some of your key is not working well, then you can definitely clean the keyboard well, or you can check your computer with the antivirus program. Okay, due to the virus attack, you may face these kinds of problem. Okay, or if you are not, after doing all these things, if you are not just getting the solutions, then try to install a new keyboard. And the mouse is detaching anything. Okay, sorry, the mouse, and number 13 problem is the mouse is not detecting anything. So then for that, for just for solving that issue, you have to just reconnect all the cables of your mouse. And if it's not working, then try to change it with a new mouse. Okay, hope it will solve that issue. Okay, then last problem from your textbook, and that is the no power is viewed on the monitor. Be sure whether the power is turned on and check the AC power and connect it properly to the power outlet behind the monitor. Okay, so if your AC power is not connected properly, definitely you will have some issues of not getting power on your monitor or CPU. Okay, so I think I have just discussed about a lot of discussed about. I think I have just discussed about 14 troubleshootings. Hope it will definitely help you to solve some normal problems, and you can solve all these problems in your home. Okay, so hope it will be very helpful. Hope it will be very helpful for you. So no more today. Hope you have enjoyed my class, and if you really find it useful, don't forget to share it with your friends. Stay safe, stay home. See you in the next class. Thank you.